Good afternoon and welcome to Tiger Softball on the Washita Sports Digital Network presented by Taylor King Law. It is Senior Day Softball here at Langston Field on the campus of Washita Baptist University. I'm your commentator, Chris Gay, and we should have a fantastic outing here. We're starting a few minutes earlier. Game time was originally going to start at 1 p.m., starting 20 minutes earlier. Because the umpires wanted to be back home in time for dinner. But Northwest Oklahoma State, the Rangers, making the trip down from Oklahoma to Arkadelphia, Arkansas, in what is the final conference series for both of these teams. Northwestern has already had their senior day activities as they had their last home game last week. Of course, their last series was against Northeastern State. It was a non-conference midweek game, or doubleheader, I should say, but it was canceled. So their last official game was the weekend before. Well, pitching for Washita is none other than the senior Hannah Hunter. Of course, this is not the true senior day. Tomorrow is where all the seniors will be honored, as it is the final game of their college career for the seniors here at Washita. Hannah Hunter being one of them, along with first baseman Lauren Lester. That one's going to be a little low, and that's going to be ball one. So 1-2 in the count early on, with Macy Spearman starting off. Here's the pitch. A little low again. That's going to be ball two. Well, Hunter is a senior out of Malvern, Arkansas. Started her college career at the University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain, which is a two-year institution. As that one's going to be a great grab by Bailey King coming over from second. That is the first out on the afternoon, courtesy of the freshman King. What a grab. King has just been one of those fielders all season long for Washita. Has also been an incredible hitter in just her first season with the Tigers. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled off behind her. Well, this is Rachel Sherwood, the junior from Ridgecrest, California. Also a transfer from Rogers State University, which is a non-conference foe of Washita. That one's going to go right in front of Province in left field. She drops it, but Sherwood not sure where to go. She's going to stay put at first. But Province just kind of lost it up under. It took a bad bounce. Now Hannah Howell, the fifth-year senior out of Calgary, Canada. Also transferred from Seward County Community College in Liberal, Kansas. One of many players that have transferred from Seward County. I'm counting three right off the bat. But Hannah Howell has been one of the best players all season long for the Rangers. Not only does she pitch for them, but she leads the team in home runs. She's second on the team in RBIs. She has 11 runs on the year. And second on the team in hits with 48. Right behind Rachel Sherwood, who's on first for the Rangers. Here's the pitch. 3-1 is the count. Three-one is the count with the Canadian at the plate. Here's the pitch. That one's low. That's ball 4. So runners occupy first and second for Northwest Oklahoma State. And now Laney Anderson, the senior from Ada, Oklahoma, heading to the plate. Anderson has 26 hits on the season. And make that 27. And no one's going home. Wilkie's got it at third. It was just right over Adams' head, or glove, I should say. So bases are loaded as Coach Jackson's going to have a word with his pitcher. I don't think we're going to see anybody new, not this early in the ball game. Though the last time we were here at home, Hannah Hunter did not last very long in that first game. And I'm joined by now our director, Chris Babb.
Yeah, Chris, I wanted to hop on here real quick before Hannah pitched. I'm not sure what the weekend holds for us schedule-wise. Supposed to play 2 today, 1 tomorrow. I'm headed to Conway tomorrow morning to watch my daughter with Arkadelphia High School in the State Quiz Bowl Championship. But I just wanted to take a second right after this pitch. We'll see if we can get it in before the half inning is over. Wanted to take a second as the ball is high from Hunter to thank you. This is Chris's last weekend of broadcast here at OSDN, a senior. And Chris has been involved in softball, volleyball, basketball broadcast. We have another pitch from Hunter. The 1-0 pitch is inside for ball 2. Chris has also done 25 episodes of the Roar Rundown Sports Podcast this year. He's graduating, and he's done all that volunteer just to try to get reps and to try to get better. So I just wanted to take a second to say thank you as ball 3 from Hunter. Nowhere to put the batter. I just wanted to take a second to say thank you for your work with OSDN over the last 4 years here. We wish you the best, and we thank you and looking forward to keeping up with you in the future.
Well, Bab, none of this would have been possible without your guidance and without you giving me the opportunities to be able to do this. So thank you most of all.
So we got an early start today. We finally got everything up and running. As now Northwestern has gotten off to a quick start as Hunter walks the run on 4 straight. So don't know what the rest of the weekend holds as far as weather or anything like that. So I wanted to take that second to say a special thank you to you for your work with us throughout the years.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Bab. That means a lot. And that's going to be the second out of the inning. Can she get her out at home? No, she won't. So that's going to be 2 early runs for the Rangers.
They did appeal the runner at third, and they called her out, so that run comes off the board. They appealed the runner at third, said she left early. Umpire rang her up, so that's how the top of the first ends. So after that, now we'll say a final thank you. Try to squeeze that in because now we have to go fix camera 2. But again, thank you for 25 episodes of a podcast that you didn't have time to say this a while ago, that you created, you organized, you directed, you recorded, and then for the video version, we go up in the Mac Lab and spend hours editing video over that, and all just to try to get reps and try to make yourself better. And that's exactly what you have done. Thanks for your contribution. Big holes to fill next year, but we're glad that you kind of set the expectations high.
Well, thank you, Bab. That means a lot. Well, that is going to do it for the top of the first. Stay tuned for the bottom of the first here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
At Taylor King Law, we understand that being injured can be a stressful and overwhelming experience.
And that's why we're here to help you every step of the way.
As your dedicated legal team, we'll stand by your side when you're being ignored.
We'll be on your side to fight for the compensation you deserve.
Don't let the insurance companies intimidate you. Let us go to work for you.
Call us today and let us help you get back on the road to recovery.
On your side, by your side. When you've been injured, we're here for you.
I've heard people say, oh, a
Well,
cheetah.
the Rangers have an early 1-0 lead over the hometown Tigers. It is the bottom of the first here at Langston Field on Senior Day action for Tigers softball. And, of course, the official last game is still on the schedule for tomorrow, but as my director Chris Babb was saying right before we went to break, we do not know how the weather is going to be. We could have rain tomorrow and that entire last game is canceled, or we could have it tomorrow. So at the very least, going to pretend like this is one of the last games. But Lauren Lester, this could be her last game. At the very least, it is the last conference series of her college career. The former charging Wildcat of North Little Rock High School sends that one high, and that one's going to be fouled over near the batting cages. But Lester has had an excellent career with Washitons, having an excellent season with the Tigers. On the year, this is her 143rd at-bat. She's recorded 42 hits, which is second on the team, 8 doubles, 16 RBIs, 1 home run. And that's going to be strike number 2, so 1-2 is the count. No outs on the board. Here's the pitch. That one's high. Well, Hannah Howell is the pitcher for the Rangers. Of course, she's also batting third in the lineup. She's the team's best pitcher and one of the best hitters on the team. You don't always see that with a lot of teams, especially not at this level. That one's high. Call that ball 3. So full count here with Lester at the plate. She doesn't usually lead off for Washita. On occasion she does. And here's the pitch. Outside again, ball 4, and Lester heads to the plate. That'll be her 9th walk of the season as Bailey King heads to the plate for the Tigers.
Bailey King.
She had some solid fielding at the top of the first. Let's see if she can have the same type of success with hitting. Like I mentioned, she is a freshman. She's recorded 36 hits, 24 runs. And Lester, she was ready. She was ready to run there. But King's going to have another chance. Here's the pitch. High. Ball 1. Here's a pitch, and that's going to be strike number 2. Got on that outside corner. Here's Howell's pitch. That's going to be popped and right into the bullpen. Nice catch. I'm trying to see who that is. That might be Emma Scales. It was somebody. It was one of our backup or bullpen catchers. It was a nice grab. And I'm definitely glad it was not out number 1. And one of the Ranger coaches having a conversation with the home plate umpire. Head coach Cassidy Webb having a conversation. I can't tell exactly what about. Oh, thank you guys. It has been great to be a part of OSDN for 4 years. COVID kind of shortened my impact and my involvement, but still I've been a part of OSDN for 4 years. And it has been a blast and a pleasure and an honor to be able to call Tiger games of all sorts. Home plate umpire having a conversation with the infield for the Rangers. Well, the home plate umpire was giving an explanation to somebody in the home dugout. I couldn't hear it though, but anyway, play is about to resume. 1-2 is the count, no outs on the board, and here is Howell's pitch. That's going to be popped straight up. That won't be fair, and that will also be in the Tiger bullpen. Well, it's a cold, it's not cold, it's a cool, windy day here in Arkadelphia. And if you're just now joining us, rain may impact the rest of the games in this series. That's inside, almost hit with that one. That'll be ball 2. But this is senior day. On the schedule, the last game is tomorrow. But that may not happen if rain does decide to be a factor, as that one's going to be into the left field, and a nice hit by Bailey King. That's Washita's first hit on the day. Runners on first and second, King on first, Lester on second, with Aaron Williams, the team's home run hitter, at the plate.
Pitcher, Aaron Williams.
She has 7 home runs on the season, which leads the team. Also 9 doubles, 4 triples, 46 hits, 19 runs, and 24 RBIs. She leads the team in most of those stats. That's going to be well outside for ball 1. Well, despite it being a cool day and the chance of rain being fairly likely, there has been a decent turnout. I imagine that the early start has kind of confused some people. And the bunt attempt is going to go behind her. Well, Williams is also a senior, just like Lester, but she is a product of Stuttgart, Arkansas. Has been the team's starting catcher the last several seasons. And that one's going to be popped straight up. I can't tell where that one's at. Oh, that is, at first I was thinking it'd be right in front of our table here, but no, it fell just a little short. And good thing I didn't bring my glove today. Outside again, and that will be ball 2. So I did just get word about the delay from Chris Babb, the director of OSDN. He said the delay was because a foul ball cannot be thrown back into play for the next pitch. So that was the delay and the reasoning why the home plate umpire had a conversation with Coach, as that one's going to be on top of the home dugout. Two-two remains the count. Williams getting some words of encouragement from the fans here at Langston Field. Here's Howell's pitch, and the dirt. Full count here with Williams at the plate for the Tigers. Runners on first and second for Washita. It's King at first, Lester at second. Here's the full count pitch by Howell. And it's a grounder, and she'll be safe. Lester running home. Will she get there in time? Yes, she will. Lester scores for Washita. The RBI single by Aaron Williams. A senior allowing the other senior to score in their last conference series of their college careers. Remington Adams, the sophomore from Farmington, Arkansas, heads to the plate for the Tigers. Runners still on first and second, but it's Williams on first and King on second. Here's the pitch. That's going to be strike number one. Well, the wind has definitely given us some problems now. I'm definitely not paperless with my note taking, and sometimes it's not great as that bunt attempt is going to hit the top of the net. Apologies for the noise. The wind is making things a little complicated. Zero two, the count. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be fouled off just behind the concession stands. But looking at these two teams and how the season has come about for both of them, Ouachita has really struggled from the get-go. They're still bottom of in the conference, which is 12th in the Great American Conference in the standings with a 12-37, 5-25 conference record. They are 9-15 at home, so just a little bit better. But Northwestern Oklahoma State hasn't been as great either. 11th in the Great American Conference, 17-30 overall, 7-23 in the Great American Conference. And that pitch just slightly outside. Call that ball two. Here's Howell's pitch. Province was showing bunt. That'll be ball three. Still runners on first and second. That's Aaron Williams at first. Bailey King, the freshman, at second. And the sophomore Caitlin Province at the plate. Here's the pitch. And that'll be ball four. And now the bases are loaded with Jordan Merritt heading to the plate. Well, the freshman Merritt didn't play a lot initially for Ouachita, but she slowly but surely came along for the Tigers. This is her 120th at-bat on the year. She's recorded 26 hits, 19 runs, 3 doubles, and 10 RBIs. Excuse me, I was looking at the wrong runner. This is Merritt's 74th at-bat. Recorded 3 runs, 20 hits, 4 doubles, and 11 RBIs. Still very solid numbers, especially for a freshman that did not get the start early on in the year. That one is bombed into left field. Is it gone? Oh, it is. It was just a little deceiving, but they send one runner home, and Williams is safe at third. Boy, it looked like Merritt sent that ball over the fence, but Ouachita has taken the 1-run lead. That was Bailey King finding her way home, and Kennedy Wilkie now heads to the plate. That'll be strike number one. So Williams and Province on base for the Tigers. Here's the pitch. Wilkie to the second basewoman, and that will be out number 3 of the inning. Well, a solid inning of play for Ouachita, adding 2 runs to the board and taking the 2-1 lead. We're entering the top of the second, so don't go anywhere. You're watching Tiger Softball here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Wichita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Oakita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
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 How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
And welcome back to Tiger Softball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Ouachita with a 2-1 lead here in the top of the second. It is senior day here at Langston Field. And get a look at Ouachita's outfield. Number 5, that is Emma McCorkle. She is one of the seniors being honored here this weekend. Of course, there may not be a game tomorrow if the rain does present, well, rain. So this could potentially be, along with first basewoman Lauren Lester and catcher Aaron Williams and pitcher Hannah Hunter, their last games wearing that Tiger uniform. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 1. Well, looking at some stats for Hannah Hunter, it's her 28th appearance of the season, 23 starts, 5-16 record overall, just a bit over a 6-point ERA. So her numbers may not jump out at you, as that will be a hit into right field, corralled by Merritt. But she is still, Hunter that is, tied 9th in the conference in strikeouts with a batter is looking. She has the 3rd most games started in the conference, is also 8th in the conference in total appearances at the mound. And that will be fouled right behind the Ranger dugout. So again, Hunter may not, her stats may not jump out at you, but she is always going to be there for Ouachita. Shows up every single game. As she has for the last several seasons here at Langston Field. Of course, she started her career at Arkansas Rich Mountain. Here's the pitch. Low, that will be ball 1. So 1-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. And that she'll be out at second. Adams had a little bit of trouble picking that grounder up, but she was able to get up under it. Handed off to King, who made the out at second. So now Ashley Lowe heads to the plate for the Rangers. In the dirt, going to second. That's going to be stopped. And now she's the lone runner on base for the Rangers. But Ashley Lowe is a senior from Cushing, Oklahoma, and a transfer from Seminole State College, which is in Seminole, Oklahoma. Actually one of several players coming from Seminole State. Into center field. And that's going to be another hit for the Rangers. Runners occupying first and third. That stop at third and low at first for the Rangers. Now Alyssa Baldonegro is at the plate. She's a freshman from Anna, Texas, and Anna High School. One zero is the count. Here's the pitch. And what a grab by Adams. What a nailed at second. But they do allow a run, and that stop finding her way home for the Rangers. But what a grab by the short Adams, and all of a sudden they just, Baldonegro just stole second. I was looking down, didn't even see it happen. That one's going to be fouled and out towards Elrod Boulevard. So this game is tied at 2 runs apiece. And that one is going to be fouled. Here's the pitch. And again, that one will be fouled right in front of one of our cameras. This is Rachel Sherwood at the plate for the Rangers, and here's the pitch. And she thought about it. And they're going to call that ball. Some of the Tiger fans didn't exactly like that call. But 1-2 is the count with 2 outs and 1 runner on second. Here's the pitch. And it did tip the bat. And Macy Spearman heads back to second. Outside again, that's ball 2. Here's the pitch. Popped, and again, that one will be fouled. 2-2 remains the count with 2 outs, and both teams with 2 runs apiece on the board. Here's the pitch. Thought about it, and Tiger fans really not happy with that one. Really thought that one was right down the middle in the strike zone. But a full count here with Sherwood at the plate. Here's the pitch. And what a grab by Wilkie! Great reaction by the sophomore. And that will be the 3rd out of the inning. So stay tuned for more Tiger softball action here as we enter the bottom of the 2nd here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
At Berry & Turnage, we specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry & Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry & Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
And welcome back to Tiger Softball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Washita and the Rangers in their final conference series of the season, tied at 2 runs apiece. And I wonder what those guys are having a conversation about. But Maggie Huddleston leading off the inning for Washita. Huddleston, another senior on this Washita roster. This is her 30th at-bat of the year. Also spends a lot of time pitching for Washita. She's recorded 6 hits, 3 runs, as that one's going to be fouled. 3 RBIs and 1 home run. But Huddleston's coming over from Central Baptist College, where she spent the last couple of years. Actually, I say just 1 year, her sophomore year. She's been here at Washita the last 2 seasons. And that will be hit number 7 on the year for the senior from B Branch, Arkansas. Emma McCorkle now at the plate for the Tigers. I will say McCorkle has one of the best walk-up songs I've ever heard. Probably the best on this team. Here's the bunt. Trying to advance to second, and she's safe. McCorkle records just her 3rd hit of the season, advancing Huddleston to second and keeping her safe at first. Now Lester back at the plate as we are back to the top of the order for Washita. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to be fouled. Runners on first and second for the Tigers. Huddleston on second, McCorkle on first. Showing bunt again is Lester. Can't get there in time. Lainey Anderson really tried to slide for that one. Here's Howell's pitch. That one's high. That will be ball 1. 1-2 is the count with 0 outs on the board. Here's the pitch. And Ranger fans maybe not happy with that one, as that will be ball number 2. Anderson did her best to frame it. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one was right in front of the Tiger dugout. It was just a couple of feet away from Coach Jackson. It didn't even look like he flinched. Here's the pitch. That one's popped into the gap, and oh, she can't get there! And now all bases are occupied by Washita runners. Lester advancing Huddleston to third, McCorkle to second, and she is safe at first. Now Bailey King heads to the plate for the Tigers. Here's the pitch. And King tips that one. 0-1 is the count. For the freshman from Commerce, Oklahoma. Ball 1. Here's the pitch. And Huddleston, safe at home, called that run number 4 on the season. McCorkle advances to third, and Lester is at second. Here's the pitch. (3-1) is the count. Here's Howell's pitch. And that one will be fair. And she's out at first, but not before sending McCorkle home. Ouachita with a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the second after McCorkle earns her 6th run of the season. Hannah Howell still pitching for the Rangers, with Aaron Williams at the plate for Ouachita. Here's a pitch. That will be outside. That's going to be ball 1. Well, the senior pitcher versus the senior hitter. And 1-0 is the count with 1 out on the board. Make it 2-0. Here's the pitch. Ooh, that was inside. Call it ball 3. Williams has already recorded an RBI in her first at bat. And that one's going to be popped straight up. I don't think she got enough up under it. No, she didn't. So that will be out in right field. But here's Lester at home. She's safe. The senior Lauren Lester finds her way home. And now Ouachita has a 3-run advantage. Well, the base running for Ouachita has been superb, adding 3 runs to their score in just this inning alone. And now here's Remington Adams at the plate for Ouachita. Here's the pitch. That one's bombed, but that will be foul. And it almost hit whoever's car is out there. I highly recommend they move it. It did hit their car technically, it hit their tire. I think the tire is going to be okay. Adams is 0-1 so far today. Oh, she wanted that one. And ooh, Ranger fan base not happy about that one. Looked like Adams went all the way through, but first base umpire said nope. Ball 1. Here's the pitch. Ooh, that one's high and outside. That's going to be ball 2. 2-1 is the count. And here's the pitch, and that will be strike number 2. 2-2 is the count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Here's Howell's pitch. Outside again. Adams thought about it, but now she's sitting with a full count and 2 outs. Nobody on base for Ouachita. Here's the pitch. And that won't be fair. Still sitting with a full count is Remington Adams with Caitlin Province on deck. Here's the pitch. Right to third and out at first. So the Rangers finally get out of that inning after allowing 3 runs by Ouachita. Now we're entering the top of the third. Do not go anywhere. We have more Tiger softball coming up.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of bats and signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
5-2 is your score here at P.T. Langston Field on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University. Ouachita with that 3-run lead thanks to some excellent play by their seniors in the bottom of the second. It is a nice, cool, windy day here in Arkadelphia. The Rangers of Northwestern Oklahoma State making the trip down from Alva, Oklahoma to play the rival Ouachita Baptist Tigers in both teams' final series of the season. Both teams not in the conference tournament, but does not mean that this game won't be highly competitive. Gets past Hunter and out to center. That's McCorkle corralling it. And a leadoff hit for Northwestern. That was Hannah Howell, who just finished pitching for the Rangers in the previous inning and has been starting and has done well all season long for the Rangers. And now Lainey Anderson, the catcher, is at the plate. Showing bunt, pulls back. Call it ball 1. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. Ball 2. Two 0 is the count, and here's the pitch. In the dirt again, and Howell advances to second, uncontested. Here's the pitch. Outside again, ball 4, and Anderson heads to first. Now Rosemary Riviera. Rivera is a former player of the week just a couple weeks ago in week number 11 for the Rangers. And now we're going to see a new pitcher for Ouachita, the senior being subbed out for another senior. But let's take a break, and after the break, you'll hear all about Ouachita's new pitcher.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
There's a shot of Ouachita's infield as they're watching the new pitcher, Maggie Huddleston, warm up. Huddleston is a senior from B Branch, Arkansas. Started her career at Southern Arkansas Tech in East Camden, Arkansas. Played for the Rockets for one season. Then made the move to Central Baptist College, which is NAIA in Conway, Arkansas. Was there for 1 year and has spent the last 2 years here in Arkadelphia. And Huddleston recording with a throw to King at first to get the first out of the inning. But runner still advanced to third and second for the Rangers. Here's the pitch. Strike number one for Huddleston with Avery Clark at the plate. Clark, senior from Midwest City, Oklahoma, transferred from Seminole State Community College. That one's high once again. Ball one. Hannah Howell at third and Lainey Anderson at second for the Rangers. So far today, Clark is 0 of 1. And home plate umpires can have a conversation with Coach Jackson. Just a quick chat, and now we're about ready to resume action. Here's the pitch. And that one's popped straight up and out towards Elrod Boulevard. Pop straight up, and Adams with the easy out coming over from short. And that will be the second out of the inning. Tatum Winters at the plate now for the Rangers. That one popped up again and corralled by a spectator. 0-1 the count, 2 outs. Here's a pitch. Call it strike number 2. Here's the pitch. And that one will be fouled. It was up over the glove of Wilkie. But unfortunately for the Rangers, it does not stay in the field of play. Here's a pitch. Pop straight up again. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Bailey King with the final out of the inning. Well, now we head into the bottom of the third. We'll have more Tiger softball action after this break.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Well, through 2.5 innings, Ouachita has had a 3-run lead over the visiting Northwest Oklahoma State Rangers, coming from Alva, Oklahoma. It is the final regular season conference series for either team. Postseason aspirations not really in the picture for either one of these teams, which makes this game that much more important for both teams' seniors. Whether it's today or tomorrow, Ouachita will be honoring their several seniors on this roster. Hannah Hunter is one of them, who started this game at pitcher for Ouachita, has since been relieved by Maggie Huddleston, who is another senior. They'll also be honoring Emma McCorkle, Lauren Lester, Aaron Williams. So a great class of seniors in Coach Jackson's roster. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. Here's the pitch. That will be ball 2. Strike number 1, got her on the inside. Two 1 is the count. No outs on the board, no runners on base for Ouachita. Call it strike number 2. Here's the pitch. And strike 3. Well, Howell records a strikeout. This time with Province looking, it'll be the third strikeout on the afternoon for Howell. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 1. Jordan Merritt at the plate for the Tigers. Merritt is a freshman from Wiley, Texas. Here's the pitch. Thought about it. Anderson did her best to frame it. Didn't convince anybody. Ball 2. Here's the pitch. That's going to be strike number 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out on the board with Merritt at the plate for Ouachita. Merritt has recorded an RBI already today. And straight to short, and that's going to be the easy out at first for the Rangers. So out number 2 here in the bottom of the 3rd with Kennedy Wilkie at the plate for Ouachita.
Third baseman, Kennedy Wilkie.
Wilkie has recorded 13 hits, 6 runs, 2 doubles, and 7 RBIs on the season. And she is 0 of 1 already today. The 1-0 the count. One the count. Here's the pitch. And good reaction by Coach Jackson. Had to get out of the way. One, 2 is the count. Here in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Very close to hitting Wilkie. Here's the pitch. Wilkie heads right back to the plate. So 2-2 is the count with 2 outs. Nobody on base for Ouachita. And Wilkie, will she get there in time? No, she won't. Out number 3, and now the Rangers head back to see if they can do something hitting-wise. You're watching Tiger Softball here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
At Taylor King Law, we understand that being injured can be a stressful and overwhelming experience.
And that's why we're here to help you every step of the way.
As your dedicated legal team, we'll stand by your side when you're being ignored.
We'll be on your side to fight for the compensation you deserve.
Don't let the insurance companies intimidate you. Let us go to work for you.
Call us today and let us help you get back on the road to recovery.
On your side, by your side. When you've been injured, we're here for you.
5-2 is your score as we enter the top of the 4th here at Pete Z. Langston Field on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University in Senior Day action. It is the final series of the year for both Ouachita and for Northwestern Oklahoma State. I've mentioned this a couple times already, but if you're just now joining us, this could potentially be the last game of the season for Ouachita. I know that there's a game on the schedule tomorrow, but rain could impact the schedule. Could cancel a game, could postpone it, reschedule, whatever. So there is a chance that these 2 games today could be the last we see of the Tigers this year. But Maggie Huddleston taking over pitching duties for Ouachita. Hannah Hunter started this game. But Huddleston came in after Hunter had a couple of not so great pitches. But Huddleston is not allowed a run or a hit in one inning played. Two and two is the count. Here's the pitch. That one's low. So now we have a full count. Nobody on base and no outs on the board for the Rangers. This is Cheyenne stop. Now heading to first. Now Ashley Lowe at the plate for the Rangers. One zero is the count. Here's the pitch. Showing bunt. Won't pay off. 1-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. He tips it. It's going to be strike number 2. This is the first and only time this season that these two teams have met. Ouachita has been playing the Rangers for the most part since 2013, as that one's going to be fouled. Now, Ouachita has had the upper hand against the Rangers for the last decade. They're 19-18 since 2013 against Northwestern Oklahoma State. Ouachita has won 2 of the last series. And Ouachita also won the last series against the Rangers when it was here in Arkadelphia. Ouachita would drop just 1 game, but would win 2 others. That one almost a grab by Williams. She was up in the net. But the last official time these two teams played, Northwestern Oklahoma State would win the series 2-1 in Alva last season. Ouachita would lose the 3rd game of that series, 1-4. That one is popped straight up. Who's going to get it? That's going to be the out, recorded by Province. Adams had to duck out of the way as Province was sprinting up behind her. And good thing, out number 1. Here's the pitch. That's strike number 1 with Macy Spearman at the plate. That one's outside for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Ball 2. Well, the last time these two teams met, like I mentioned, about a year ago, Macy Spearman was a part of that team, and now she's going to head back to the dugout. And that was close to an issue for Ouachita, but they do keep the runner at first. That is still Cheyenne Stop. So 2 outs now on the board with Rachel Sherwood at the plate. Sherwood leads the team in RBIs, runs, hits, and doubles on the year. That one's tipped. She also leads the team and leads the Great American Conference in triples. She's also tied for number 6 in the nation in triples with 7. So she is in elite company there. One of the bright spots for the Rangers, despite the fact that they've only won 17 games all season long. Picked up by Wilkie, and the out is recorded at first, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. And let's see if Ouachita can put some more runs on the board here in the bottom of the 4th. You're watching Tiger Softball here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Ouachita leading 5-2 here in the bottom of the 4th here at P.T. Langston Field on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University up against the visiting Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers. Get a look at Ouachita's dugout as they watch the senior Maggie Huddleston at the plate. Huddleston also pitching this game in relief of Hannah Hunter. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be popped straight up, and that's going to be out number 1. Recorded by Sherwood at second. Here's McCorkle. She's already had a nice day, and her last conference series as a Tiger, and she'll be out at first, and so that's going to be out number 2 of the inning. That was a close call. But now Lauren Lester is at the plate for Ouachita. Lester has already made her way home twice. Once eventually from a walk, and also one other time from a hit. Makes contact, but she'll stay put. Here's the pitch, and that's into the center field gap, and that's going to be hit number 2 on the afternoon for the senior Lauren Lester. Now Bailey King at the plate for Ouachita. There's a look at Lester at first, and she has had a great several games for Ouachita. Just helping her, adding more runs and hits to the stat sheet for Ouachita. Kind of had a rough start to the start of the year, but she now has 44 hits, 16 RBIs, and 8 runs on the year. Here's Howell's pitch. That almost hit her. Ball 2. Here's Howell's pitch. And that one's tipped. Here's the pitch, and it'll hit her, I think. Did it? Oh, no, well, I would have started running if I was her, but it hit, just tipped the bottom of her bat. So King was honest and stuck around. So 2-2 is the count with 2 outs, and a runner in Lester on first. Here's the pitch. She'll make contact, gets a short, and that's going to be out number 3 of the inning. Ouachita remains in the lead, leading 5-2 as we enter the top of the 5th. Stick around for more Tiger softball action here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Ouachita with a 5-2 lead as we enter the top of the 5th here at Pete C. Langston Field. Is the visiting Rangers of Northwestern Oklahoma State taking the trip down from Alva, Oklahoma to face the Tigers in both teams' final conference series of the season. Well, final series of any sort of game this season. Ouachita got out to a hot start. Had 2 runs in the first and 3 in the second, but they've been held scoreless the last couple of innings. But so have the Rangers. They also got started first with a run in the first inning and a run in the second. Have also been held scoreless for the last 2 innings. But now Hannah Howell. And for the Rangers, maybe she changes some things, but strike looking there. Pitch inside, that'll be ball 1. And that one will be fouled. Well, Howell has already recorded 1 hit and has been walked once today as well. Here's a pitch. It's a slow one, and it will make contact with their leg. And she'll head to first. Now it's the catcher, Lainey Anderson. Anderson has also been walked today and has also recorded 1 hit. Here's the pitch. Pop straight up. That's up over and on top of the Ranger dugout. One and one is the count. Here's the pitch. Pop straight up, and King is up under it, and that's an easy out. That will be the first out of the inning for the Tigers. Now Rosemary Rivera, the junior infielder from Jewett, Texas. Transfer from Trinity Valley Community College at the plate. That'll be high. Ball 1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Rivera. Here's the pitch. That's popped up and into, well, just above the, or behind, I guess, the Ranger dugout. Rivera, on the year, she's tied on the team along with Hannah Howell for the most home runs with 4. Two is the count. Rivera has also recorded 18 RBIs, 17 runs, and 26 hits on the season. That one's going to be popped up and over the wall, and Rivera sends that one out of here. The 2-run home run for Northwest Oklahoma State, and now they are within 1 here in the top of the 5th. Now at the plate for the Rangers, Avery Clark, the senior from Midwest City, Oklahoma, transfer from Seminole State Community College. One zero is the count. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Who's going to get it? And it's going to be Merritt coming over from right field, recording the second out of the inning. Here's the pitch. That'll be high. That'll be ball 1. It's Tatum Winters at the plate. The senior from Texahoma, Oklahoma. She's also a transfer from Seminole State College. And what a grab! Can she get there in time? No, she won't. She will be safe at first, but it was a great grab by the freshman King in second. It was going to be nearly impossible for her to make that throw in time to Lester at first, and Lester had to stretch for that one. But Winters is safe at first with stop at the plate. That one's popped up, and that's going to be an easy out. The third out of the inning for Ouachita, courtesy of Remington Adams. Now we're heading into the bottom of the fifth. You better not go anywhere because we have more Tiger softball action coming up after the break.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And if you're just now joining us, this is a good game here we have at PC Langston Field because Ouachita leading by 1 run here in the bottom of the fifth after giving up 2 runs in the top of the fifth to Northwestern Oklahoma State thanks to a home run. That was a 2-run home run. Courtesy of Rosemary Rivera. Also allowed Hannah Howell to score for the Rangers. And let's see if Ouachita can possibly repeat that same type of success. As that will be strike number 1. As Aaron Williams, the product of Stuttgart, Arkansas, at the plate. Here's the pitch. And that one's in front of right field. She can't get there. Up against the wall. Williams rounding to second. Rounding to third. Will she get there in time? Yes, she will. Aaron Williams with the triple. Her 5th triple of the year for the senior, Aaron Williams. Giving a little dance after that one as well. And Remington Adams is at the plate for Ouachita. That was just the first hit on the afternoon for Williams, who already has 2 RBIs. Adams out at first, so that will be the first out of the inning. With Caitlin Province heading to the plate. Province has been struck out once and has walked once as well. Here's the pitch. Williams. And got her at third. So Williams just came too far off the bag, tried to recover, couldn't get back in time. So an unfortunate out for Ouachita, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. So nobody on base for the Tigers with Caitlin Province at the plate. 0-1 is the count. And a great job framing there by Anderson for strike 2. Here's the pitch. And that took a bounce and actually hit the umpire. Here's Howell's pitch. Outside, another bouncer. Here's a pitch. And that one's popped behind the bathrooms. Two is the count. 2 outs. Here's a pitch. And strike 3 and out number 3. So Howell gets the strike with her looking, and that is going to be the 3rd strikeout on the afternoon for Hannah Howell. So we're entering the top of the 6th. Don't go anywhere. We have more Tiger softball here in just a moment.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia or visit their website at printmaniatees.com to see how they can help your business or group. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your business or organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business in Arkadelphia, Print Mania has been serving the public since 1992. Call Print Mania today, 870-246-3803.
And welcome back to Tiger Softball here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Well, Ashley Lowe leading off the inning for the Rangers. Maggie Huddleston still pitching for Ouachita. Here's a pitch. Strike number 1. Here's the pitch. And not going to be fair, as it was up over Wilkie's glove again. Zero two the count. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, and she's out of there. Well, the first strikeout of the day for Huddleston, as Macy Spearman back at the plate as we restart the top of the order. We get back to the top of the order for the Rangers. Strike number 1. Here's the pitch. And strike 2. So 5 straight strikes for Maggie Huddleston. And that streak's going to stay right where it is. So 1-2 is the count. 1 out. Nobody on base for the Rangers. 2-2 the count. Spearman today already has recorded 1 RBI and has had 1 stolen base. That one's going to be popped straight up, and who's going to get it? That's going to be McCorkle out in center field, recording the 2nd out of the inning. Now Macy Sherwood heads back to the plate for the Rangers. Sherwood, the junior from Ridgecrest, California, a transfer from Rogers State. Zero one the count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Right to Adams, and out number 3 at first. Nice stretch by Lester. And now Washita will be heading into the bottom of the 6th, and let's see what they can do hitting-wise here. You're watching Tiger Softball, the Washita Sports Digital Network. And welcome back to Tigers Softball. As we enter the bottom of the 6th inning here at Pete C. Langston Field, campus of Washita Baptist University. Jordan Merritt at the plate for Washita, leading off the inning. That will be outside. That'll be ball 1. Here's the pitch. That one's inside. That'll be ball 2. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 3. .30 the count. Here's the pitch. And that's strike 1. Here's the pitch. And strike 2, so starting out 3-0 as the count. All of a sudden, sitting with a full count. Here's the pitch. And that's popped straight up and right behind the Ranger dugout. Well, the sun is starting to peek out a little bit here, but it's still pretty windy every once in a while. That one's going to be popped into the gap, and nice hit by Jordan Merritt, the first of the afternoon for the freshman. And the 5th overall for the Tigers on the afternoon. Now Kennedy Wilkie heads to the plate. And looks like Emily Reed's going to come in to pinch run. And she'll be in for Jordan Merritt. Well, Reed, the freshman, coming in for the freshman at first. Reed, the freshman from Benton, Arkansas.
Third baseman, Kennedy Wilkie.
Here's the pitch. That's going to go straight up, and stop comes over from first. to get the first out of the inning. Now Maggie Huddleston at the plate for the Tigers. Here's the plate. I said plate, here's the pitch, is what I meant. 0-1-0 is the count. And Reed's going to be safe at first. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 2. 2-1 is the count. 1 out on the board and 1 runner on first. That's Reed. Here's the pitch. Outside once again. Ball 3. Here's the pitch. She makes contact, but now we're sitting with a full count. And 1 out, 1 runner on first. Of course, Huddleston, Maggie Huddleston that is the sister of Marley Huddleston, who's in her first year with the Tigers. Goes to third. She'll be out at second. So Reed headed back to the dugout, but Huddleston is safe at first for the Tigers. And I just mentioned Marley Huddleston just a second ago, and now she is coming in to pinch hit for Ouachita. Coming in place of Emma McCorkle. So hitting-wise, McCorkle's day is more than likely done. And Huddleston, the sophomore from Bee Branch, Arkansas, a transfer from the University of Arkansas, Rich Mountain, at the plate. This is Huddleston's 38th at-bat on the year. Recorded 10 hits, 3 RBIs, 2 doubles. Been walked once. And has a .270 average. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 1. Here's the pitch. And she'll be safe at first. That's still Huddleston. Maggie Huddleston, that is, at first. And Marley Huddleston still at the plate for Ouachita. So 1-2 is the count, 2 outs. Ouachita leading by 1 run. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. That's going to be popped behind the Ranger dugout. Here's the pitch. 1-2 remains the count. And that one's up over the head of the umpire, and both Huddleston sisters are on base for Ouachita. Maggie Huddleston at second and Marley Huddleston at first. For I believe the first time all season long, both players have been on base at the same time. And what could be Maggie Huddleston's final game of the season now. Marley Huddleston does go back to the dugout after recording her 11th hit of the season, and Emma McCorkle, whose batting day is probably over, but her base running day is definitely not, as she comes in to pinch run for Ouachita. And now Lauren Lester is at the plate. She's had a solid day so far with a perfect slugging percentage and perfect OPS. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 walk on the day. Here's the pitch. Ooh, that looked outside, but that will be strike number 2. Oh-2, the count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. She makes contact, and it won't be fair. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 1. Here's the pitch. High again. Ball 2. To the count. Here's Howell's pitch. Outside. Ball 3, and now we have a full count with 2 outs and 2 runners on base. It's McCorkle on first and Huddleston, Maggie Huddleston that is, on second. Here's the pitch. And possibly an RBI, and yes it is! An RBI double for Lauren Lester. Maggie Huddleston finds her way home for just the 4th time all season long. And Lester continues to have one heck of a day. That's her 3rd hit of the afternoon. Lester will come out of the game as Kendall Fomby Bell's coming in to pinch run for the first time today. Lester 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 RBI, 1 walk. As Bailey King is at the plate for the Tigers. Coach Jackson just going over the substitution with the home plate umpire. As it's Fomby Bell at second, and she's a sophomore from Mesquite, Texas. in Petite High School. Well, Ouachita is coming off a non-conference and non-division sweep over the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff in Pine Bluff, which occurred on Wednesday. And Bailey King was one of the catalysts for the Tigers in both of those wins in the 2-0 Game 1 victory. She had 2 hits, a stolen base and a walk, and also had a couple more hits and a run in their Game 2 win. So that's going to do it for the bottom of the 6th. Don't go anywhere. We are entering the final 2 half innings of softball here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Ouachita leading 6-4 as we enter the top of the 7th here at P.C. Langston Field on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University. This is the final regular season conference match for Ouachita this season. It's the final game at home. For Ouachita on the schedule. And I've said this several times, but if you're just now joining me, or if you've been ignoring me up until now, the game tomorrow is not guaranteed. There is some weather on the way, as that's going to be a leadoff homer for Hannah Howell. Wow! A solo home run for the 5th-year senior from Canada. Ouachita still leads by 1 run, as that is the 2nd homer given up by Huddleston on the afternoon. One 0 the count with 2 outs. Actually, no outs on the board. 2-0 is the count. And Huddleston is going to have a visit from Coach Jackson. He won't be making a change here, as I'm not seeing anybody coming from the bullpen. He's just giving some words of encouragement, discussing some game plan with his senior pitcher. Strike 1. So whatever he said seems to be working for the moment. So 2-1 is the count. Here's the pitch, and it'll be popped to McCorkle in center field. So that's just the first out of the inning. as Rosemary Rivera heads to the plate for the Rangers. She's already hit 1 home run today. It's a 2-run home run in the top of the 5th. Which brought them within 1, and then Ouachita came away with 1 run in the 6th, and then now this game is back within 1 again after a score in the after a solo home run earlier in this inning. Two-one is the count. 1 out, nobody on base. Here's the pitch. Pop straight up. And it'll be Merritt recording the out. Actually, no, that's not Merritt. It's Emily Reed out in right field. There's been a change for Ouachita out in the outfield. Here's a pitch. Ball 1. So far today, Avery Clark, 0 of 3. Now sitting with 2-1 count and 2 outs. Nobody on base for the Rangers as they trail by 1 run here in the top of the 7th. Here's a pitch, and that will be ball 3. Here's the pitch. That's going to be popped straight up, and it should be Adams. Yep. She records the 3rd out of the inning. And that will do it for Game 1 here on this Friday afternoon. Ouachita comes away with the 6-5 victory over the visiting Northwest Oklahoma State Rangers. This will be Ouachita's 3rd straight win of this season. And Game 2 will be just about half an hour from now. So stay tuned for Game 2 of this Friday afternoon doubleheader in the final conference series of the season for Tiger softball. But before we go, let's take a look at the conference standings entering this week. Ouachita recorded their 6th conference victory of the season, their 13th win overall. And Northwestern Oklahoma State also has just 6 conference wins on the season. And that'll actually be their 24th loss, or actually their 7th win. This will be still the 7th win in the Great American Conference, their 24th loss overall. But Ouachita, a great game overall. As you can see, 7 hits recorded by the Tigers. And even though they allowed 8 hits, the Rangers still had 2 errors, which allowed a bunch of Ouachita scores. Well, we'll have Game 2 in just about half an hour from now. So stay tuned for Game 2 of this Friday doubleheader here at Langston Field on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University, presented by Taylor King Law.